got a couple of questions. You're talking about solar panels and car parks. You mentioned this when you were talking about the what used to be the Arena Park. How does solar panels fit in with car parks? Aren't cars? I mean, those are open. Those are not covered car parks, are they? They're open.
Yeah.
So how do you get solar panels if you got cars parked on the car park?
You put a structure which is a bit more than 2 meters high. No problem. Plenty of place to do it. And indeed, in Coventry, in Poole Meadow, now the solar panels are going to be installed on all the buildings, but they're also looking at some of the car parks and buses as well. So
the cars then drive under these structures, do they?
Yes, yeah. I mean, a lot of people drive into a multi-story car park. You would retain some natural light as well, as though it wouldn't be absolutely covered. But there's a lot of innovation in solar that is going at a pace, including the potential to build a solar farm over lakes. And just Manchester, the United Utilities have just built a solar farm. I think it's around about 100,000 solar panels on one of their big reservoirs. And there has multiple advantages of that. The solar, once it reaches a certain peak of heat, the efficiency conversion starts to fall. So if you built over the water, it has the great advantage of counteracting that, and so retaining the maximum conversion. Secondly, it avoids taking up land that could be used for agricultural grazing. But thirdly, it can also reduce evaporation. And this, particularly in hot countries, is absolutely key issue. It's also becoming a key issue here for us. So there is multiple advantages of building over a lake, or there's other forms as well. China built the first roughly around about a mile dual carriageway solar road, then the solar mountain. But there's lots of other innovations in the solar, and including what's called thin film solar, which some of which can be sprayed onto walls, some of which could be lined on the existing windows, and so on. So this opens up lots of other new possibilities for solar, including on the bodies of cars, thin film solar. The glass in the car can be solar, and so on. So, but anyway, that's where we're starting with the solar mapping, and we then got a prospectus, and we hope then to get that into the hands of the owners and try to stimulate them to take the first step, which is to phone their energy company, say they receive this, they're interested, and that's, you know, let's say 5% might take that position, which is a step forward, and can they give them a quote based on their half-hourly data, and which is a key thing. They get a quote back from their energy company, which is desktop quote. They can get it in 5 minutes. The second step is that they'll need a structural survey to make sure the building isn't about to fall down. Or in the instances of Coventry Cathedral, when E.ON went up or got the engineers to go up to look at it, ideally virtually a flat roof, it found that there's a very fundamental fault in the design of the roof, and it would be rather dodgy starting to put solar and so on there. Anyway, that's really the nature of the project that we're embarked on.
And you say there's a prospectus, or you created a prospectus. Is that available publicly or what?
Yes, it's to try to get into the hands of the owners of all the properties.
The next question. So you said that reservoirs are a good place, or any water source is a good place for the solar farm, because I think you said that the efficiency of the solar panels reduces as they get hotter. Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you know by how much? I mean, is that highly significant?
Well, it is not a great deal, but it can be depending upon the heat, and particularly in very hot countries, 10-15%. But that wouldn't, for us, it wouldn't necessarily be constant. But if you're in a very hot country, it is fairly constant heat. But on the other hand, they have longer sun, more sun than we do, a longer say. So, but ideally, in those situations, it's cheaper actually to go for what this is called solar concentrate. That is using mirrors as opposed to solar panels. And the mirrors surround a great big kettle and reflect the heat back onto that kettle, boil the water, steam goes through a turbine, and it produces vast quantities of energy for forever.
Is that suitable for the UK or?
No, not really. Required, dependent upon regular heat. It's big space. If you've got places like America and so on, plenty of room, they're doing it, California. But in North Africa, they've really taken this up a great deal. And you can generate the power and on the desert.
Yeah.
So you're not using agricultural land there. And what's more, you can use some of that power to extract from the water table that can help to green the desert, as indeed in China and some other countries are doing that, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.